So I'm so grateful and at the moment, and I'm feeling so happy that we got our brother from Scotland, Edinburgh, Dhammachari Vajrahridaya is here. And well, I could say so many things about him, but he has been very busy with his studies. He has been doing MS in psychology. Apart from that, he has done degree in MBSR, and he has got sort of a medical background. And he has been teaching MBSR for many years. So he is a very good friend of mine. He is a great thinker. He has been practicing meditation and Buddhism for a long time. He has achieved the great depth in the Dhamma. I think you'll get that kind of sort of sense from his talk. So I'm not going to say so many things about him. I want to reserve time for him. So please welcome my friend and our dearest order member, Dhammachari Vajrahridaya. So I would like to, मैं याचना करता हूँ उनको कि वो उनका जो प्रवचन है वो डिलीवर करें. Dhammachari Vajrahridaya. Thank you.
Namo Buddhaya and Jai Bhim. Thank you, Sudipta. Thank you, Namadip, and thank you, everyone. Dear friends, brothers, and sisters in the Dharma, today I stand before you as a follower of Babasaheb Ambedkar, as Vajrahridaya, Dhammachari in the Triratna Buddhist Order, a disciple of Bhante Sangharakshita. I also work as a healthcare professional as Dr. Avinash Bansode, a doctor, psychologist, mindfulness lead, and mental health strategist in the NHS. My daily focus is on the health, healing, and overall well-being of frontline healthcare workers, particularly their mental and emotional health. I support others in managing mental stress and trauma using mindfulness and kindness practices rooted in Buddha Dhamma. We know that. These modern evidence-based approaches, also called third wave interventions, aim not only to handle the stress of modern life, but also to enable and empower individuals, teams, communities thrive to prosper. Essentially, what I engage in is about caring for those who care. And I have dedicated my life to this work because I'm guided by a phrase from Babasaheb Ambedkar that I embraced as a young medical student 30 years ago. I read what Babasaheb said: for a successful revolution, mere discontent isn't enough. What matters is a deep conviction in justice, fairness, equality, the necessity and importance of political, social rights, legal rights. And then he says, cultivation of mind should be the ultimate aim of human existence. And I repeat, Babasaheb says, cultivation of mind should be the ultimate aim of human existence. However, today we gather on the great healing of our age. On this sacred Mahaparinirvan day, we remember Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. We often speak of him as a great leader, as a great lawyer, a great revolutionary, or even as a bodhisattva. I just want to check if you can hear me. Thumbs up. Yeah, good. Good. So today I want to take you inside the humanity of this great being, this great bodhisattva. I want to share the stories that show us not just his work, but his diamond heart. And to understand his diamond heart, we must first understand his lion courage. It is interesting fact that two of the India's great personalities, Babasaheb Ambedkar and Gandhi, they never got along. They met many times, but they could never bridge their differences. 2 decades before independence, Babasaheb Ambedkar had isolated himself from the freedom movement because he saw Gandhi's affection for the untouchables as a strategy of manipulation. And when they met on the 14th August 1931, Gandhi said to Babasaheb, "I've been thinking about the problems of the untouchables since before you were born, Dr. Ambedkar. I'm amazed that despite this, you do not consider me their well-wisher." Babasaheb Ambedkar's reply was not one of anger, but of piercing logic. And his biographer, Dhananjay Keer, writes, Babasaheb replied, "Mr. Gandhi, if you were truly a well-wisher, instead of making the wearing of khadi clothes a condition for becoming a member of the Congress, you would have made the eradication of untouchability the primary condition." He challenged Gandhi. "Why have you never expelled a party president for opposing the untouchables' entry into the temples?" So this was a great being who refused to compromise on human dignity. And years later, in 1955, when the BBC asked for Babasaheb's opinion on Gandhi, he said in clear terms, "So far as India is concerned, he was, in my judgment," Babasaheb says, "Gandhi was just an episode that passes as quickly as it comes." So I'm paraphrasing it. It was like a speck of dust. These Mahatmas are like speck of dust. And India has seen many so-called Mahatmas like Gandhi. They have contributed nothing. They've done nothing to change the inhuman caste discrimination. They have done nothing to change the society. So Babasaheb believed Gandhi was part of history, but not an epoch maker, because the true epoch maker changes the rigid structure of society. They transform the society, not just their emotions. So brothers and sisters, where did this clarity come from? It came from a mind sharpened by a fire of wisdom. In his time, Babasaheb Ambedkar was possibly the most educated person in the whole of India. With degrees from Elphinstone College, Columbia University, and the London School of Economics, many PhDs. But Babasaheb didn't just collect degrees, certificates. He collected wisdom, culture. John Gunther, who is the author of Inside Asia, he wrote in 1938 that Babasaheb Ambedkar had 8,000 books at his residence in 1938. By the time of his death, that number had risen to 35,000. Babasaheb's associate, Shankarananda Shastri, recalls a Sunday in 1944. Babasaheb took him to the Jama Masjid area in Delhi, which was the hub for old books, second-hand books. Even though it was lunchtime, Babasaheb Ambedkar was unstoppable, and crowds started gathering around Babasaheb. He bought 24 books. Babasaheb was very, very precious about his books. If somebody asks to borrow books from Babasaheb, he used to say, if anyone wants to read my books, they must come to my library, they must come to my home. So his devotion for books, for knowledge, for wisdom was absolute. Another follower, Namdev Nimgade, he tells a story, a moving story, in his autobiography, which is called In the Tiger's Shadow. He writes that late one night, he went into the study and touched Babasaheb's feet out of respect. Babasaheb was immersed in his book, he was immersed in reading, and he instinctively said, Tommy, don't do this. And when he looked up, when Babasaheb looked up, he saw it was Namdev. He was embarrassed, and Namdev says, Babasaheb was so intensely focused that he mistook the human touch for that of his pet dog. And yet, this intellectual giant, Babasaheb, was not cold, not distant, not aloof. He was a being of profound tenderness. Do you know, Babasaheb loved gardening. He loved gardening. And the Daily Mail once wrote that no one in Delhi had a more spectacular garden than Dr. Ambedkar. He loved pets, he loved dogs, and he wept bitterly when one passed away. Another thing, Babasaheb Ambedkar loved to cook. He loved cooking. Devi Dayal, who worked with him, recorded that on 3rd September 1944, Babasaheb was cooking for 3 hours with his own hands, preparing a 7-course meal, 7 dishes. His guest was Minambal Sivaraj, and she was the chief of the South India Scheduled Caste Federation. And she was stunned when she heard Babasaheb is cooking for her. But Babasaheb loved very, very simple food. Millet roti, bajra ki roti, rice. He loved yogurt. He loved fish. He loved to eat fish. But his special dish was sarson ka saag. He loved bajra ki roti and sarson ka saag. But the story that touches me most, brothers and sisters, is the story that reveals the Bodhisattva nature within him. This is about his personal attendant, Sudama. So one night, Sudama came home late from watching a movie and seeing Babasaheb immersed, engrossed in reading. Sudama didn't want to disturb Babasaheb, so he slept on the ground outside the door. And after midnight, Babasaheb came out for fresh air, and he saw Sudama sleeping in the cold. Babasaheb didn't wake him up. He didn't scold him. He didn't ignore Sudama. Next morning, when Sudama woke up, he found Babasaheb had put his own overcoat over him. This is the human being we follow. Dhamma brothers and sisters, this is the giant we follow. Not just a scholar, but a great being of active and boundless metta, of limitless compassion. And as the member of Triratna Buddhist Order, as Dhammachari, I often reflect on the lineage of transformation since Buddha Shakyamuni himself laid. I see a golden thread connecting three great beings who stepped into the fire to heal the world. The first one, of course, is Padmasambhava, who went to Tibet in the 8th century to face the demons of the land, to face the challenges of the people, those energies of that land. He did not destroy them, but Padmasambhava transformed them. Second is Babasaheb Ambedkar, who returned the Dharma, Buddha Dhamma, to India to face the demons of caste, of inequality. And the third is Bhante Sangharakshita, who brought the Dharma, Buddha Dhamma, to the West to face the modern demons of materialism, consumerism, alienation, spiritual hunger, even spiritual poverty in the West. Like Padmasambhava, Babasaheb faced temptations and threats. On 31st March 1950, Jugal Kishore Birla, who is the brother of industrialist Ghanshyam Das Birla, came to see Babasaheb. Jugal Kishore Birla was upset that Babasaheb had criticized the Bhagavad Gita, the Hindu scripture. So Birla said, instead of criticizing Hinduism, you should strengthen it, Babasaheb. I'm ready to give you 10 lakh rupees to help remove untouchability. Babasaheb's reply rings through the history. Babasaheb said, I was not born to sell myself to anyone. I criticized the Gita because it teaches the division of society. It teaches caste, practice of caste. So Babasaheb was a diamond. He could not be bought. Friends, brothers and sisters, I work in the NHS. I see trauma every day in patients, in carers. I know the pain of identity. I know the pain of exclusion, of the mind at war with itself. I, like most of you here, have experienced this pain throughout my academic and professional career because of my color, because of my caste. We know what it's like and what we need to do as we hold Babasaheb in our hearts. Whether we are in India fighting caste or Brahmin supremacy, or in the West fighting isolation or white supremacy, the Dhamma, the Buddha Dhamma of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, of Bhante Sangharakshita and Padmasambhava is the medicine we need. We must raise our awareness, extend our kindness, and continue coming together while strategically transforming rigid organizations, rigid institutional structures that perpetuate biases, conscious biases, unconscious biases, stereotypes. Babasaheb knew that the time was precious. He knew that life must be used for liberation, for waking up, for transforming societies, for human awakening. Once Babasaheb went to see a film called A Tale of Two Cities, and halfway through, a thought came to his mind. He left the cinema immediately to go home so he can write it down. And when people asked Babasaheb to come and dine out and in restaurants at their homes, Babasaheb would say, if you want to treat me, bring food to my home. Going out and about and idle talk will waste few hours. And I want to use this time for better work. I want to use this time for my people. Babasaheb worked until the very end. His secretary, Nanak Chandratu, tells us that in the final stage of his life, Babasaheb began learning to play violin. Babasaheb loved violin. So I'd like you to imagine this scene. This extraordinary human being who wrote the Indian Constitution single-handedly, who fought Gandhi, who had 35,000 books in his house, in his library, sitting alone, peaceful in a closed room, frail but determined, playing the music, playing the violin. When Ratu picked in, he saw Babasaheb far from the worries of the world, absorbed in himself, absorbed in playing music. I say, brothers and sisters, these were his meditations. His music was his meditation. His reading was his meditation. His cooking, his conversations, his writings, his gardening, his metta, deep, deep metta for people. That was his meditation. Who says Babasaheb didn't meditate? So this violin is a symbol for us. Despite the noise of the world, the injustice of discrimination and the pain in his body, he found a way to create harmony. He was and he is our Guru Padma. He is our Bodhisattva. He took the poison of oppression and transformed it into the medicine of the constitution of the Dhamma. So on this Mahaparinirvana day, let us promise not just to worship Babasaheb, but to emulate him, to follow him. Let us read like Babasaheb. Let us study like Babasaheb. Let us be uncompromising in truth like Babasaheb. Let us be compassionate enough to cover the sleeping with our own coats. Let us love like Babasaheb, the disadvantaged and the marginalized majority, the community. Let us work and dream like Babasaheb. Babasaheb said, life should not be long, it should be great. I love this quote. Life should not be long, it should be great. Babasaheb made his life great. Now, the bow, the violin bow, the bow of the violin is in our hands, brothers and sisters. It is our turn to play the music of liberty, the music of Buddha Dhamma that we inherit from Bhante, from Babasaheb, for awakening, cultivating the mind, for caring, for collaborating, connecting, and creating communities and fellowship. Namo Buddhaya and Jai Bhim.
Thank you so much. Wow, what a talk, Vajrahridaya. That was a very inspiring talk.
Thank you.
I think you touch our heart, straight away.